Hello and welcome back. Today is Tuesday, January 6th. I have your three best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. We get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game NBA slate here today. We get two primetime games. Only one game has a massive spread, and that spread's 7.5 currently. But we have some fun NBA action. Today's a great night of hoops. I know there's three promos at this current moment. FanDuel has two, the 30% profit boost on any wager that you would want today, minus 200. After that, excluded after minus 200. And then they're doing their own King of the Court version with FanDuel with the player dropping 50. How often are players dropping 50 like that? But high bonus bet to get back, but you're really taking a superstar player in a great matchup to do that. And then FanDuel is doing the King of the Court as always on Tuesday. But we have a decent slate overall. Our day starts off Orlando versus Washington, the worst game on the slate because it's the biggest spread on the slate. Orlando, 7.5 point favorite here. 234 over under. Should be the Trey Johnson show. Anthony Black game in this one. Watch Paolo have a good one in that game as well. Overall, but that game should be pretty fun. Or even Alex Saar, he's playing the Wizards. Wizards are pretty good against the center position. But the second game on the slate, Cleveland versus Indiana, playoff rematch from last year. 234 over under. No Donovan Mitchell in this game. Cleveland 5.5 point favorite here on the road. I watched Indiana win this game overall because they're without Donovan Mitchell. Shall be the Garland show. Shall be the Andrew Nembhard, Pascal Siakam show in that one. Lakers versus Pelicans, the highest over-under on the slate, 241 over-under. Lakers 4.5 point favorite here on the road. If anyone's going to score 50, it's probably Luka Doncic against the Pelicans. His over-under's at 33.5. It's just absurd to see Luka Doncic over-under at 33.5 points. Minnesota versus Miami. They're running it back from the other day, and this is the primetime game. This is on NBC here. Anthony Edwards, he's really, really fucking good at home, and he's really, really bad other way around. He's really fucking good on the road and kind of not the best on the road at home. I think I saw at home he's only averaging 26 points per game. Or on the road he's averaging nearly 30 points per game. But he's playing this Heat team where he just balled the fuck out against them. Miami, there's definitely a lot of injury questions. I think Tyler Hero will be playing, but will be on a minutes restriction. So that game should definitely wait for a little bit more news as the day goes on. We get San Antonio versus Memphis, 238 over under. Spurs, 5.5 point favorite. I think Wembanyama will be playing in this one, or they're going to do what they did last time and just hook him after saying probable, and then just say he's out for the game. And then the late night game, Dallas versus Sacramento, 231 over under. Dallas, 5.5 point favorite. They're running it back from a few weeks ago, I would assume. That was the game where we took PJ Washington and had to stress all day, but a fun 6-game slate. I got 3 brand new plays here that I absolutely love. And before we jump into today's plays, we got to recap yesterday's action and yesterday in the NBA. And going 3-2 in best bets. Definitely keep an eye out down in the comments section. I always added maybe another added play here today since it is early, since I'm recording, but 3-2 in best bets, and bless up that we did add another play because Montez Buzelis, he had a great game in that one where Derek White had 10 points, assists in the first quarter, and then he had next to nothing for the remainder of the game. It was the Anthony Simons show, but man, that was brutal to watch because I felt great. 10 points, assists in the first quarter. We only needed 15 more in the game, and then after 4 quarters, he was still only at 11 points, assists in that one. Jalen Brunson assists. He had a fat 0. When you're good, you're good, and I was great yesterday on that call. Projected 7 assists at 0 in the game. But Devin Booker, he took care of business late, and Denny Abdivah. We got on the right side of the hook on that one. Denny had 17 rebounds, assists, but 3-2 day, but not a clean sweep, and I'm not satisfied. And today is a brand new day, and let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be in this Cleveland-Indiana matchup, 234 over under. And Andrew Nembhard, his number staying the same from last time where it was 17.5. On FanDuel, when you go to the numbers, there's 18 plus points, and I'm there. So give me Andrew Nembhard to score 18 plus points, give me minus 130. On DraftKings, he has an amazing matchup here. The Cavs, they allowed the 4th most points and the 3rd most threes to the point guard position. The Cavs, these last 15 games, allowed the 3rd most points and the 2nd most threes to the point guard position. And then the Cavs, these last 7 games, allowed the 3rd most threes to the point guard position. And Andrew Nembhard has cooked in this matchup in prior games. 3 straight overs for him, only over 3 for his last 5. But the last 3 games, he's had 18, 32, and 21 in those games, and he's been 3 for his last 5 overall, scoring 15, 11, 19, 19, and 20 in the most recent game. In that most recent game, he had an incredible second half to get the 20-plus points, if you do not recall. And while we loved it last time and while we love it again, there's still no Ben Mathurin in this lineup. And Andrew Nembhard, 83% hit rate without Ben Mathurin in the lineup, averaging 20.7 points per game, scoring 20-plus points, 5 for his last 6 games without Ben Mathurin. We love that overall. Cleveland is 24th versus spot-up shooters, where Andrew Nembhard takes 20% of his where Andrew Nembhard's 20% of his points come up in the spot-up form. So he has a nice spot-up shooting matchup in this one. I have him projected here at 20-plus points in this game. Cleveland versus point guards have allowed some massive games. Cade Cunningham, 27. Murray, 34. Colin Gillespie, 17. Reed Shepard, 18. Brunson, 34. Kolek, 16. Ball, 23. Mann, 13. Jones, 16. Trey Jones again, 11. And then DaWiddler had 23 in that game. I think Andrew Nembhard has a great matchup without Ben Mathurin. He steps it up shooting-wise, takes way more shots. So give me give me Andrew Nembhard to score 18-plus points, coming minus 130. On DraftKings. If that's not available, I definitely would take a pivot on his points assists. He's been assisting the ball so much in all these last few games, but I think Andrew Nembhard gets to 20-plus points in this matchup. He should have a great game. I so badly, and I might have an extra play in the comment section, but I so badly wanted to take Anthony Edwards over 29.5 points on DraftKings, but man, he's just not the best at home. Miami Heat Eric Spoelstra having another game pretty recently against them. Definitely will be weary on that, but definitely check a pin comment if I did add this play or have another added play like I normally do in the top comment in the comment section. But jump into my second play here in this Lakers-Pelicans matchup, 241 over under. This game should be a ton of fun. Points. Luka Doncic should probably be the king of the court off of this game alone, but I'm going to the Pelicans side of the ball. It will be scary because the Lakers could blow them out. But Zion Williamson, he has a great matchup. There's no way he doesn't score 24-plus points in this game. So give me the big Z, Zion Williamson, to go over 23.5 points, coming minus 125. On DraftKings, the Lakers, they allow the second most points to the small forward position. The Lakers, they allow the 15th most points to the small forward. These last 15 games, they allow the second most points to the small forward position. And then these last 7 games, they allow the third most points to the small forward position. In Zion, he's cooked in this matchup in prior games. Over 4 for his last 5, averaging 29 points per game. With his last 5 games against the Lakers, he's had 26, 30, 12, 40, and 37 in the most recent matchup. Last 2 with 37 and 40 in those games. He's only gotten the over 3 for his last 5 games overall, scoring 22, 32, 31, 35. And then he's coming off of a 12-point game. He only took 10-plus shots. It was the Trey Murphy show. Trey Murphy took 15 threes. He outshot Zion from 3-point alone in that matchup. Then it was a blowout late in the game, so they didn't put Zion back in the game in that one. Finished with a game with 12-plus points. I think he has a great matchup against the Lakers here today since they struggle versus the small forward position. Last 10 games, the Lakers ranked 20th in points allowed at the net, so those 2K hot zones right in front of the net. Last 10 games, allowing the 20th most points, where Zion takes nearly 90% of his shots in front of the net, so he's overall shooting matchup plus side on that one. Lakers allow the 22nd most ISO scoring, where Big Z Big Z gets 17% of his points from. So Lakers 22nd versus ISO scoring. Last 10 games, 20th in points allowed in front of the net. I have him projected here at 26-plus points in this matchup here in small forwards versus the Lakers. I've had some massive games. Wells, 23. DeMar, 22. Brooks, 25. Kawhi, 32. Sensabaugh, 15. Champagnie, 16. Keldon Johnson, 17. Jaylen Brown, 30. And then Dylan Brooks again, 33-plus points. I think Zion Williamson, he's going to dominate down low in the paint. He's going to be going against his former friend Hayes down there, and I think no way Zion Williamson. 4 for his last 5 against the Lakers. Lakers allowed the second most points to the small forward position. Zion should have a massive game. Give me the big Z to go over 23.5 points, coming minus 125 on DraftKings. And sticking with the injury-riddled superstar players that will be taking overs, and it's pretty nerve-wracking because they can get injured because they're made of broken glass. play of the day is going to be in the Sacramento versus Dallas matchup here. The Kings, they struggle versus the center position, and Anthony Davis, he's returned from injury, playing a lot of minutes in the most recent game. I think he has another dominant performance. So it can be Anthony Davis, the unibrow, to score 25 plus points, coming minus 130. On FanDuel, the Kings, they allow the most points to the center position. The Kings, these last 15 games, allow the 6th most points to the center position. And then the Kings, these last 7 games, allow the 9th most points to the center position. These last 5 games, Anthony Davis has gone over 3 for his last 5. With the last 5 games, him having 35, 31, 3. He got hurt in that game. He only played 11 minutes. Returned from injury, had 13. And then the most recent game, played 35 plus minutes and had 26 plus points in those games. So he's fully back playing his normal minutes. Last 2 games, he's played 35 plus minutes in both. So he definitely has his legs back under him, and now he gets this smash line matchup versus the Kings, where he's gone over 3 for his last 5 games, averaging 25 points per game. With the last 2 games against the Kings, he's had 36 and 27, and both of those, when Anthony Davis plays 30 plus minutes in a game this season, he gets the over 62% of the time. In these last 2 games, he's played 35 minutes in both of them. They're going to be without P.J. Washington, and without P.J. Washington in the lineup this season, he scored 32, 17, 2, and 31. But those 2 games where he scored 30 were both when he played 30 plus minutes. The other 2 games he played below than his normal minutes overall. So if he plays 30 plus minutes in this game, I think it's no way he doesn't get to 25 plus points in this one. Sacramento is 30th in points allowed in the paint, where AD takes 25% of his shots from. Sacramento's 25th versus the pick and roll man, where AD gets 20% of his points from. And centers have been killing him. The last 10 games, it's been an 81% hit rate for all starting centers. Just listen to this list. Turner, 15. Mark Williams, 25. Garza, 11. Quita, 13. Yannick Khan, 16. Gafford, 11. Duran, 23. Isaiah Stewart, 16. And Sangoon just had 28. I have him projected here at 27 plus points here. Centers have been killing the Kings all season. Anthony Davis is playing 30 plus minutes. His legs are back under him after back-to-back 35 plus minute games. So give me Anthony Davis to score 25 plus points, coming minus 130 on FanDuel. And those are my 3 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, let me know down below what's your best bet in the NBA. I always love to tell you guys in the comments section, win or lose. Always willing to tell you guys, because it's always interesting to see what other plays people are coming up with. And it shows me 90% of viewers that watch this channel aren't subscribed. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the video. Come on, pulling my little inner Nick Merckx in that one. Come on, leave a like in the video or subscribe down below. Makes me know you like the content. Nice start to the week 3 too, but I would love a clean sweep. You have to be a clean sweep in a little bit here. We're going with Anthony Davis, 25 plus points. Zion Williamson over 23.5 points, and then Andrew Nembhard to kick us off at 18 plus points. Definitely make sure to check the top comment down below. I might have an added play with how beautiful this NBA slate is. Or make sure to follow my Twitter at DaWiddler. I always tweet them there too. I always tweet them and comment them nearly at the same time always when I do that. But hopefully you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.